Good morning and welcome back to the Football Terrace. Hit the like buttons. Make sure you are subscribing. Manchester United have officially submitted a new joint offer to sign Ligt and Mazraoui from Bayern Munich. We know the opening bids were rejected. Bayern Munich request a higher fee, but talks ongoing as Man United try to agree the fee with these new bids. Personal terms have been in place, and Man United fans have been asking, Man United fans to some degree begging in the last 24 hours to 48 hours, get these deals done, get us new and additional players in. The season is very close to starting, and we really need to think about motoring on, especially after the injury to Euro. Now, AWB looks as though he is going to go to West Ham. Personal terms are verbally agreed. The clubs are pretty much the line on the transfer fee. And I then hope that with the Ligt coming in, we then start to see the likes of Victor Lindelof potentially moved on. But overall, really excited about the prospect of this deal, these two deals going through. It adds extra depth to Manchester United. It gives us much better quality on the ball at the back. Defensively, I think there's question marks over Mazraoui, as well as his injury record, if we're being honest. But he is coming in as a backup to Delo, the backup to Luke Shaw. Or very much that is what we are led to believe. I think the Ligt gives Manchester United so many additional options in many ways. I think he gives United the ability to be able to play out the back with greater comfort. When I think about the situation at Manchester United, and up until the signings of Lenny Euro that is out for 3 months, and potentially now with the Ligt, if Lisandro Martinez is injured, our ability to play out from the back is massively hampered. And if we want to create a more consistent style of football that is far more sustainable in terms of performances and results, we have to start to fix these departments. And no one area, I think, was going to be fixed in year one, because the attack, midfield and defence all needed reinforcements, and we've kind of touched on all those areas. But I think with these two deals, it's an excellent start. The promotion of Harry Amas as well. I'm very excited. But Man United fans, let us know what you think. Let us know what you feel in the comments section below. I believe these are really decent pieces of business. Now, moving on to Arsenal, Fabrizio Romano gives an update on the Moreno situation. He says, let me say that Arsenal are really closing in on the deal. The package is going to be something around 30 million euros. Everything is processed to the final stages. And this is really interesting because a journalist reached out to me today to say, I've watched some of your videos in the last few days, Terry, and the Moreno deal to Arsenal is nowhere near an agreement. And it's a real interesting one for me to see, because you know my view. I'll give my opinion on what I see, but I will always park those stories and go, okay, well, there's a different journalist that sees it differently. The likes of Fabrizio, there are many outlets in France and Spain that believe this is a formality from this point. It's a done deal, and we're just waiting for one of the clubs to announce the completion of this transfer. There are others that feel, though, as I've already mentioned, that it's maybe a little bit further away. So my first and foremost, I'd love to ascertain how you see the situation. It goes on to say, we understand the structure of the deal in the next few days, but the agreement between Arsenal and Sociedad is really, really close to being formally announced. And I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans in the last few days really attack this deal. Past completion isn't good enough. He's third or fourth best at Real Sociedad. He's nowhere near the level that Arsenal needs to go forward. And what I find really interesting, one of the funniest criticisms I've seen is when it proves that signing Kai Havertz was a mistake. I'll never forgive the club for that. I just find this notion weird that some Arsenal fans are looking for so many negatives around what is shaping up to potentially be an excellent summer for Arsenal, where they are adding quality, they are adding depth, they are adding the components to their team, and or fixing previous mistakes. This weird notion that we've created in certain sectors of the fandom that, well, once you've made a mistake, that's it, you're written off. And I don't want to dare see you rectify it. That's the strangest bit of logic. You've made a mistake on another transfer. Let's just paint a picture that Kai Havertz was a mistake. You've made a mistake, but now you're angry that they're trying to rectify the mistake. That, for me, is the most warped, fake negativity I've ever seen in my life. Imagine that's, again, take that logic and apply it through life. One mistake, not only are you never going to forgive somebody, you're going to be angry they try and fix it. When you start to break that down, when you start to do the logic, it makes no sense in reality. I think this is a really good signing for Arsenal. They have a pretty good success rate when it comes to the majority of their main signings. And some have timed out a little bit quicker than people thought. I think Zinchenko year one was very, very good. And he's kind of just, as Arsenal have got better, his level stayed the same, but Arsenal have moved beyond him, and that happens. But where, if you're an Arsenal fan, that should excite you, is Arsenal are not working in the world of sentimentality. They may have hoped that he would progress with them and maybe be 2, 3, 4, 5 years playing in that inverted left-back role and it would work. But I think where I see Arsenal changing as a rival, where I view them as a scarier, more professional, more serious outfit, is they're not sitting there and saying, oh, look, we've only had Jesus and Zinchenko for 2 years, and because of that, we're going to stick with them, even though we now need better because we've gone to an even higher level. The sentimentality element is gone, and that is a dangerous sight. I just find it strange that Standard FC, who criticise sentimentality, are now doing a complete and utter U-turn. But there we go, Gooners, very close according to Fabrizio Romano. There are other sources that say it's not. Give us your thoughts and feelings. Now, a story that caught my eye today, and this comes from TBR Football, is that Conor Gallagher has told Tottenham he won't sign for them. Atletico Madrid are closing in on a £33 million deal for the Chelsea midfielder, who rejected a contract extension at Chelsea, and it is now reported that he has turned down Spurs. And we know Tottenham have been admirers of him for a very, very long time. Tottenham have wanted him at White Hart Lane for a very, very long time. They were courting him, they were wooing him, they were whining and dining and doing everything in their power to try and bring him in at the end of last season. I think we're all aware of this, but they couldn't quite get it over the line, and it now appears that Conor Gallagher has told them, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you do, I want to go and play for Atletico Madrid. I'm leaving Chelsea, I've rejected them, I'm rejecting you, I want to go and play for Diego Simeone. And I'm not surprised. And I mean this with respect. I'm not attacking Tottenham in any capacity. Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid, a club that do win trophies, that do challenge for titles, that have a good European pedigree, especially in the modern day era, with one of the best managers in the world. I would honestly have to knock on the head of Conor Gallagher and see what's between his ears if he was turning that down for Tottenham. His chance of winning trophies, his chance of major success, his chance to actually elevate himself and develop as a player, I think it stands a better chance under Simeone at Atletico Madrid than it does Tottenham. And that isn't a dig at Tottenham. I think it's just the reality of the situation. I really do. I view it like this. Say you've got a son or a daughter and they really want to become a chef, and they have an opportunity to be tutored and mentored and developed by Gino D'Acampo or Gordon Ramsay. We all know which one has got the better ability to make your son or daughter a Michelin star chef. The one who's got the Michelin stars, the one who's run the restaurants. Gino D'Acampo is a good chef, good cook. You know, makes excellent TV personality, can cook very well, cooks better than your average bear. But he's no Gordon Ramsay. And that is how I view the difference between Atletico Madrid and Tottenham. Spurs, what are you going to do next without Conor Gallagher? Who do you think your club should go for? Remember, we're like 14 days away from the Premier League season beginning. Until next time, my people, take care. Goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you all again soon. Peace!